Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Services. So in this video I will talk about the part A of paper 2 of NDA exam. Okay, so let's see the questions. So these are the questions of English and it comes under the part A of paper 2. Okay, so let's see the questions. So what are the directions? In the following passage there are some blank spaces with 4 words or groups of words given. Select whichever word or group of words you consider most appropriate for the blank space and indicate your response on the answer sheet accordingly. So the honeybee is very unusual kind of insect. Okay, so you have to fill that one. Unlike other insect which live, so what is the right option? A is the right option. Okay, alone. The honeybee lives as an troop of a community. Okay, so right option is D. Okay, so D option is right. These bees live together in what is known as bee house. Actually, actually it's not a house. Actually, it's actually colony, bee colony. Actually, the head of the bee is called the queen bee. Okay, and she is larger. Okay, she is larger than the rest of the bees. Her main task is to lay eggs. So queen, what queen does? Queen lay eggs. So this is the right option. The option is right. Okay, now let's see the next part, idioms and phrases. So given below are some idioms phrases followed by 4 alternative meanings to each. Choose the response A, B, C and D, which is the most appropriate meaning, and mark your response on the answer sheet accordingly. So look at here. A red letter. A red letter means a very important or significant day. So obviously sixth answer is B. The gift of the gab. The gift of the gab means the ability to speak easily and confidently. The gift of the gab. Okay, the gift of the gab. Next question is to be in a fix. To be in a fix means to be in a difficult situation. To be in a fix means to be in a difficult position, situation. To fish in troubled water means to get benefit in bad situation. To fish in a troubled water means to get benefit in bad situation. सो टेंथ का क्या होगा? सी. ऑर्डरिंग ऑफ सेंटेंसेस अब देखते हैं इसमें क्या ऑर्डर करने हैं आपको. सो लेट्स सी. डोमेस्टिक फायर्स इन इंडियन विलेजेस. सो विच विल कम फर्स्ट? सो यू हैव टू मैनेज. So actually we find out the event, which event comes first, then after accordingly we circulate one. Okay, domestic fires in Indian villages, so I have to check it out. So actually I already read that thing. So domestic fires in Indian village lit in chula, and what happens then? Next section are wasteful. Next section is as the heat is dispersed, an unhealthy smoke accumulates in unventilated houses. Okay, so domestic fires in Indian villages lit in chulhas are wasteful as the heat is dispersed and unhealthy smoke accumulates in unventilated houses. Okay, next question is bold rocks near at hand. Bold rocks near at hand. So near at hand are more inspiring than distant Alps. Okay, and the thick fern upon a health makes a fine forest for the imagination. So C option is right for this. Okay, next question is Newton discovered that. So first one is we have to find out the events. Newton discovered that the apple falls on the ground due to the gravitational pull of the earth. So this is kind of simple question. Okay, next question is the knocking ceased. The knocking ceased for some time, although the echoes of it were still in the house. This is also a simple question, you can relate with that. The history of mankind. The history of mankind is The history of mankind is the history of continuous change and steady progress from barbarism to refinement. Okay, so RQPS, B option is right. Okay, now next question. This is a part of comprehension we are looking at here. In this section you have two short passages, so you have to read the entire passage. Actually it will take time, so anyway let's discuss the answers. The brow of the conjuror was clouded with a gathering frown. The sentence means that the conjuror was rather angry. These are kind of easy questions, so you can solve these questions. The egg trick was ruined. This means that the people were unconvinced. According to the quick man, the conjuror had things in the large sleeves of his coat. Okay. And next question is, the author believes that the quick man was really clever, and the conjuror extracted 17 eggs from the hat of one gentleman from the audience. So 20 का क्या होगा? C. This is another comprehension, and you have to study that, read that. Magda and Mrs. Smiles, so they talk, and then after final conclusion, Magda had not been out much lately because right option is the weather had been unpleasant. Next question is, Magda was not going back home 8 because her sister was coming over. Next question is, Mrs. Smiles says you are looking forward to that. This means Magda was expecting with pleasure her sister's arrival. Okay, next question is, Magda's sister was coming to pursue her studies. And next question is, Mrs. Smiles and Magda are neighbors. Okay, so this is 25th question. Now spotting error. This is kind of a little difficult question and tricky one. So let's see. He appears to be. So what is an honest man, not A. So C option is right. One the members expressed doubt if the minister was an atheist. Okay, so C option seems there error. This view has been taken by one of the ablest person who has written on this subject. So C option seems wrong at here. Slow and steady owns the race. So no, they don't own the race actually. So this seems wrong, as the wise would say. So we often hear people say. It doesn't seem right that most human beings have not evolved or grow up enough to stick to truth or non-violence. Okay. Anyway, these are already difficult questions. So anyway, I got a suggestion from some experts for this part. Now let's talk about synonyms. The industrial revolution saw a massive rise in the population of Europe. So massive means यहाँ पे क्या है? Enormous. Okay. I had some deepest convictions reflected in my work. So conviction means ideas and opinions. Okay. Next thing is that this boy is very timid. Timid means dull. Okay. My friend is an stubborn as a mule. Stubborn means obstinate, means jiddi. This behavior was deliberately provocative. Provocative means creating in frustration. Okay. By the way, provocative means infuriating also, you can see. Creating frustration doesn't seems right actually. It may be infuriating actually. Provocative means infuriating. So I think B option must be right. D option must not be right. Anyway, next question is antonyms. Let's talk about antonyms. So too many cooks spoil the broth. So here is antonym is embellish. Okay. He is biased against students from cities. So bias means impartial. Okay. It is easy to be an orthodox. So orthodox opposite क्या हुआ? Heterodox. Permit me to present you with a book. So permit यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? Prohibit. Opposite. None but the brave deserves the fear. So brave का opposite coward. Okay. So these are kind of easy questions. Fill in the blanks. Now fill in the blanks. So we have the option. We fail to understand your reasons for leaving the college without completing the degree. So C option is right at here. It fits at here. She conserved her energy and started shouting only when she heard the noise of bulldozers and cranes. Okay. Next one is the British. The British hegemony all over Africa and Asia collapsed is the in the first half of the 20th century. So is hegemony. This suits better. The football match has to be called off because of the weather. Okay, so it seems better. If I were rich, I would travel a lot. So this is seems like future sentence. Anyway, so this is 45th question. Next question is they apologized to me for what happened. So this is the preposition use and this is perfect use. If you are tired of swimming, just float for a while. So it seems better. Float for a while. He had hardly spoken for 2 minutes when there was a commotion in the crowd. Hardly. Okay. I would not commit myself to that course of action. So this seems right. The soldiers waiting to go into a battle for the first time were full of apprehension. So 50 option A is right hoga. So this is how we can solve the questions of English, and it was a little difficult. Some part are difficult. Anyway, it is the paper of UPSC, so obviously some part will be difficult. So that's all for now. In the next video I will discuss about the maths. Entire maths will be discussed. Complete paper will be analyzed at here. So if you want to watch the next video, do not forget to subscribe the channel. If you will subscribe the channel, you will get a notification. Anyway, it's free, so you can subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.